Hey everybody!
How's it going?
I'm Katie.
And Kim.
And we're That's What She Said. So tonight you are going to have a little bit different, something new from us. So you saw our top 25.
Yep.
We had a lot of fun doing that, and thank you so much for your views.
Appreciate it very, very much. Thank you guys.
Yes, so great. And if you haven't watched them, go back. If you need to laugh.
This 14 through 1 is kind of funny. Kim can't count. Noises were made. It was great. It was a good time.
My time back here. Kim keeps looking at me, and my back is to her.
It was a good time. So we have a lot of fun making these for you guys. So I hope that that comes through and that you enjoy it as well.
So today we're going to kind of depart from that. We got you to get to know us a little bit, our top 25 games. So tonight we want to kind of start a new kind of video. We hope to do several in the series, and it's our rules and tools. So we want to bring you games that you maybe have played or haven't, but different kinds of games to show you how to set them up, what the components are like, and a basic playthrough. We'll play through actually a couple turns so you can see what the game is like, and kind of get a feel for how to play, because we want more people playing more games.
Absolutely. And especially if we love these games so much, we want to help you become familiar with them too.
For sure. So tonight, our inaugural rules and tools, we are starting with Century Spice Road.
Century Spice Road. So this was my number 9.
That's good.
Great game from Plan B Games. So this is a great new publisher who's really starting to come out with some amazing games. They've also made Azul, if you're familiar with that one. So this one is designed by Emerson Matsuuchi. An amazing job here, buddy. For great. 2 to 5 players. So, and this game does work well, whether it is 2, it will change the rules just a little bit for you to better the game if you've got 2 to 3 players, or you can go all the way up to 5, and it gets a little more challenging because you're fighting over cubes and you're trying to get the right merchant cards. So, this is definitely one of our favorites. It was number 9 on my top 25 list, so I'm excited to bring it to you.
Yeah, I've played this one a lot, and it has been a great intro game for people.
Definitely.
Kim and I game a lot, and we still really enjoy this game, but
still happy to bring it to the table when somebody wants to learn.
Introduced the hobby to a lot of people through this game. So let's set it up and show you the rules and tools of the game. Okay, so this is Century Spice Road setup. We're going to show you a 2-player game setup, as if Kim and I were going to play this game. So we'll start here with the orange-backed cards. These cards are going to be your Caravan cards. So these are what you're getting your points from. You're trying to collect the colored cubes that are here at the bottom of each Caravan. So you're going to shuffle your deck and set out 5. Also, on top of your Caravan cards, you're going to, in the first and second place cards, you're going to have your gold coins and your silver coins. You only put out the number of coins 2 times the number of players. So since Kim and I are both playing, there are 4 coins, because 2 players times 2 is 4.
Now, in order to complete these Caravan cards, you're going to choose your different spices. And you'll be getting those a variety of different ways that we'll show you. But going down the line, your cheapest is turmeric and saffron, cardamom, and then cinnamon being your most expensive spice. Now, you will start the game with some of these. Your first player will get 3 yellow cubes to start, and you can see that on Katie's first player starter card. The second player will get 4 yellow cubes. Now, if you're playing a game, you can go up to 5 players, so your third player would also get 4 yellow cubes. Your fourth player would get 3 yellow cubes and 1 red cube, and your fifth player would also get 3 yellow cubes and 1 red cube. Okay, so in order to get those cubes, you're actually going to be using these merchant cards. So you're going to shuffle this purple deck here, and you're going to deal out 6 merchant cards. The merchant cards are your ways of getting these different spices. And there are 2 types of merchant cards. You've got merchant cards that you just take spices themselves, or you have cards that allow you to either trade in or actually upgrade and change spices. So every player starts out with 2 of these merchant cards. One card is one that actually just gives you 2 turmeric right off the bat.
And the other card is actually an upgrade card that allows you to take 2 of any cube and upgrade them. You can either upgrade 2 cubes up 1, or you can upgrade 1 cube twice to get the higher value cube. Now some of these other cards down here allow you to trade in like 3 of these turmerics to get a saffron and a cardamom. So you're going to be drafting those throughout the game as well, but you're starting out with your 2 basic cards, merchant cards. So when you get your spices, you will place them on your personal player card. There's a set amount of spices. You can only have 8 spices at one time. So yes, you want to collect them, but you can only collect so many. So upgrading and trading spices in is key so you don't overload your caravan. Also, on your player card, there is one that indicates first player. So make sure your first player actually has that one so you know who starts.
So when it's your turn, there are actions you must perform at least one of. So you can play a card from your hand. And that could include just your starting cards or some of the cards, the merchant cards that you've picked up as you proceed through the game. You can acquire a merchant card. So to do that, I'll let Katie kind of walk you through that process on how you would acquire these cards throughout the game.
Okay, so your merchant cards are laid out. You start with 6. Now this card right here, this is the first one in the line. It is the cheapest card. It's free. I can take this if I want. It's great. I can trade in 1 cinnamon to get 2 of these cardamom. So if I want that card, I could take that. And then, yes, you would slide down, replace the card. But let's say I don't want that card. I'm like, nah, I really want to keep my cinnamon because maybe I want to work for one of these big point cards that I need a cinnamon for. So instead, maybe I want this one. The second card is upgrade. In order for me to take that, I actually have to take 1 of my spices and leave it on this card in order to pick this one up. Then that goes into my hand right away, so it can be played. Then the cards move down. We would refill with the next one. Now on Kim's turn, if she wants to take this card, she would gain this spice that I left. If she doesn't, maybe she likes this card, she would have to lay a spice on each card that she is bypassing to take the card that she wants. And then any spices that are on cards that you take, you get to keep.
So if you're not acquiring a card, perhaps you've played everything from your hand already, so you can rest. And that would allow you to pick up all your previously played cards and put them back in your hand. The interesting trick to this is that you only get to play a card once before it's out of your hand. Once you play all of them, you'll have to rest in order to pick them back up and be able to use that card again. And then lastly, the last thing you can do on your turn is that you can claim. So if you've created or if you've collected enough spices to claim one of the merchant cards, then you can claim one of those. If it's high enough up, you would take the gold or silver coin with it. So maybe if I completed that 19-point card. Otherwise, if it's any of the cards further down, you would just take that card, put it behind your player board, and then you would move the other caravan cards down and flip a new objective up. So in a 2 to 3 player game, like Katie and I are playing, we would need to collect 6 of these cards to be to end the game, to trigger the end game. If you are playing with more than 3 players, you would use 5 cards, and that would trigger the end game process.
So in-game scoring, you're going to take all the cards that you've collected and you're going to total up the point values on each of those. And then also if you have any coins, your gold coins are going to be worth 3 points and your silver coins are going to be worth 1 point. And you add those up and the person with the most points wins. So maybe I got 6 cards first, but I got 9 and 8 and maybe a 10, and Kim is getting the 19, the 15. So she still could pull away the win without getting to the set number of cards that you need first.
So you want to put a little strategy in how you're completing those caravan cards. So just going in and completing the cheapest ones and getting to 5 or 6 cards first may not mean that you're going to win. So it's worth acquiring other merchant cards, upgrading or trading your cubes, and it just becomes really fun throughout the game.
And I'm watching what Kim's got over here to see what she might be going after. And maybe I want to go after the same card, but if someone takes this card, we slide down, suddenly these cards are getting better. So someone completes 19 and I won 19. But now 15 points plus a 3-point gold coin. That's 18 points. That's almost as good as if I had completed that 19-point card. So sometimes letting some of these move down to become even more valuable with your coins while they're still there is also a great strategy to look at. If you're playing with a lot of players, at some point, especially I think Caravan, there's not that many of them, at some point you find yourself lacking in cubes. The cube, that's not the end. You don't just stop drawing. You can use candy or pennies or whatever you've got around to fill in until you start getting those cubes back in from people trading and completing contracts as well. It's really that simple. All right, so we're going to play through a few rounds just so you kind of see how you're going to actually play in the game. Already Kim and I have gotten some different cubes. I've completed one of the contracts here. And so we each have our full hand ready to go.
Yeah, and one of the things you may notice here is perhaps, Katie has more cards than I do. I currently only have 4 in my hand. That's going to just depend on what actions that you take while you are purchasing cards. So maybe there weren't any down there. I was doing upgrades and I was doing other things and Katie was purchasing cards. You may not always have the same amount of cards in your hand as one of your opponents. So, all right, Katie, your turn.
All right. So I'm going to look here. I've got some good items out here. Actually, I have a lot. I actually have enough to complete this 13 one. But man, I kind of want to get the big points here. 18 points. So I'm gonna look at my hand and I'm gonna want to try to get, I need some brown. Need some cinnamon. So I'm gonna play my 2 upgrade, and I can either upgrade two of my cardamom up 1. So I would get 2 cinnamon, or I could take one of these saffrons and upgrade it all the way to cinnamon. And then I keep these greens, which I do actually need these 2 cardamoms. So I think I'm going to use this 2 upgrade. I'm going to take 1 of my saffrons and I'm going to upgrade twice. So 1, 2, and take 1 cinnamon and keep that on my player board. And that's my turn. I play this card. It's down. It's out of my hand. I can't play it again until I rest.
Now, I think I need a few more cards in my hand to do a few more things. You will find that in some cases, it helps if you have some of these cards that allow you to acquire, and then you kind of piggyback those on other cards that allow you to upgrade. So maybe if I'm doing something here while I have these 3 yellow, well later that could come into play. This is a nice trade up that I may want to look forward to. So I'm going to go ahead and I have to pay for it. So I have to put 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. But these are great cards to get your hands on, ones that just give you cubes, and then you can kind of build your hand off of upgrading those cubes.
All right, so I'll move that down and fill the empty spot with a new card coming out. Oh, okay. So trading a brown to get. All right, now I'm still searching for this brown here. I really need more. I've got a lot of red conversions going on in my hand right now, but I'm starting to fill up my Caravan. So what I might want to do is take a card that's actually going to help me do some conversions. So I kind of have my eye on this card right here. It's 3 red to 2 brown. That's really going to help me complete this big 18-pointer. So I'm going to have to pay for it though. But I'm going to get this back when I take this. So I'm going to take this card. It goes right into my hand so I can play it. And this cube I picked up goes into my Caravan. And we'll slide down and add a new one. Ooh.
Refill our merchants.
Ooh, that's a good merchant there. I get 4 yellow.
Oh, wow.
All right.
All right, so I think now that I did some cashing in to buy myself that wonderful card I wanted, I'm going to play it. Get myself some more cubes here so that I can prepare to do some upgrades and complete some Caravan cards.
Okay, so I just took that card that's going to allow me to change red cubes, 3 red cubes into 2 brown, but I don't have 3 red cubes. I only have 1. So I'm going to actually play my card that allows me to get 2 red cubes. So I'm going to take me some 2 saffron. I'm getting a little tight here, but since I had to pay to get the card I want, I got a little more room there in my stock.
So I'm kind of thinking that I see a contract down there that I'm almost ready to complete. There's 13 down here. I just need another green. So I'm going to take my upgrade card here. And I'm going to upgrade one of my yellows, 1, 2, to 1 green. So on my next turn, unless Katie takes it from me, which she does have enough cubes to do it.
I could do it.
Then this is the one that I'm hoping to be able to take next turn.
All right, so now it's my turn. I can see that Kim's got some stuff going over here in the works, but I've really been working towards this 18-er here. So I'm actually going to play that card that I took, which is my 3. This is upside down, I'm sorry, since I'm not facing you. My 3 red to 2 brown. I'm going to take my 3 saffron and get me some 2 cinnamon, the most expensive spice that there is. And now I have got what I need. As long as Kim doesn't take it, but I'm looking, she would need to convert a couple more brown. Probably not gonna, it's not gonna happen before my turn, so I'm good.
Yep, so I'm gonna take my turn, and even though it's not up here, that's also gonna give me gold coins. 13 points is still nothing to laugh at. So I'm gonna trade in 2 green. Oh, I don't have enough red. I can't complete that one yet. And this will happen in your game. You will get incredibly excited and think that you have enough cubes to do things with, and then you'll go, I didn't count right. So Kim, sadly, cannot complete that one. And what she's going to need to do is upgrade again for a green, but I don't have any upgrades. So I can look here. Right now, there's nothing there that allows me to upgrade. It may be in my best interest at this point, if I so desperately want to be able to trade something in. I don't have anything in my hand that's going to let me do that. So I'm going to rest this turn so I can put these 2 cards back in my hand.
Because, I mean, you also could complete this contract here instead. That's going to give you 10 points and not quite the 13. But there's no danger of me taking that, so it doesn't seem like that's that good of a choice, I guess. We're early on in the game. I've only got 1, caravan completed. So resting is not a problem. It's early on. So now I'm so excited. I've been waiting. I've got 2 green. I've got 3 cinnamon, 2 cardamom. I'm going to claim my 18-point caravan. Ooh, this is like look how pretty that artwork is. I took it all the way to China and got those spices. So now I've got 2 of the 6 I need, but now I'm only down to 2 lonely little turmerics.
So now Katie needs some more spice. So we'll move down our caravans. See what new we have. Ooh, that's a great one.
Another 19.
But neither of us are anywhere close. Well, I'm a little bit closer than what Katie is.
I'm way far
And so
away.
now you start to go, well, I was working on this one. Do I want to work on this one? But we're already elbow deep.
She's committed.
I'm already committed. So I'm going to use my upgrade again. I'm going to take my 1 yellow, go 1, 2.
You don't need another green. You need
red. I need another red. I don't know what I'm doing. So I could upgrade 2, but I don't want to upgrade 2. What do I do?
Then upgrade another one. I know you need your green.
I need all my greens. I need it all. So that, my friends, is how you misplay.
I mean, I guess you can do that.
It lets you do up to 2 cubes.
Yeah, so if you only want to do 1, that's fine. Move 1, 1 instead of 1, 2. Okay. All right, so now it's my turn. I don't know what Kim did on her turn. She seems a little confused. I've just got 2 here. I need to get some stinking cubes out. I look at my hand. I can get more yellow cubes, which isn't going to do a ton for me unless I upgrade. But I've got some cards in my hand that allow me to upgrade some yellow. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play my get 2 yellow, get 2 turmeric. I'm going to take 2 turmeric, put them in my stockpile.
All right, well, now that I've worked so incredibly hard for this, I'm going to turn in my 2 green, my 2 saffron, my 2 turmeric. And I'm taking this card, even though at the end of the day, I overworked for it.
You did. There's some low points out there, but some big ones too. All those green.
This one's great.
If I can convert to green, this is gonna be 18 points for me. So actually, in my hand, I have a 2 yellow
for 1 green.
For 1 green, which isn't great, but it keeps me from having to rest. I'm still getting cubes, so.
Yeah, now for me, I'm like, well, I don't have a lot happening here, and boy, this is a great way to go ahead and get myself
set up for this green.
So we're going to go ahead and take this one. I get to keep these yellow cubes. So now my little player board's not quite so lonely. And now this card's going to move down and become the cheapest. So this is another great card. So sometimes you got to be patient, but if it's a highly desirable card, you might end up paying for it.
Right. I'm still thinking about this green here. It's looking good. I just have to get some. So if I look through my discard pile, I don't know if I can get some green. None of those cards are looking so hot. I'm actually going to rest because I don't want to... My last card in my hand is trade in my turmeric for 2 of the saffron. I don't want saffron. I'm trying to go for something else. So I'm just going to rest. So I'm going to pick up everything I played. It goes back in my hand. It's active for my next round.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and take that very pricey cinnamon of mine. It is going to get downgraded, but it gives me a couple of those coveted green cubes here.
I know, and now I'm like, crap, okay, she's getting in on the turmeric game. I'm a little, or the cardamom game. I'm a little nervous, because I really want that cardamom card. So I gotta get me some I gotta get something going on here. So, I am going to I'm gonna play my trusty card, and my phone just went off, and play where I trade in my 2 turmeric for my 1 cardamom. So now I've got 2, and I'm heading on my way to that 15 pointer.
Well, I've got a few cards in my hand that let me do a couple of upgrades. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself a little more turmeric here. So I played my just get 3. You guys can see that. So now Katie may not have any clue what I'm up to.
I don't.
But my card is almost full. Right now, I only have room for 2 more cubes. So I'm going to have to do something, or I can't take any more than 2 cubes on my next turn.
Okay, she's got a lot of cubes. I'm a little nervous by that. But I'm really trying to work with my plan. Even if I don't take the 15 pointer, 2 green is going to help start me on this way to 19. Although she's got a lot on that as well. So I'm going to continue on my quest to get green. I'm going to play my standard card, which is get me a 2 yellow, because I can use those to upgrade to cardamom later. Change my turmeric for cardamom later.
Alright, so I'm going to take some of these yellow cubes and upgrade. I'm going to trade 3 yellow for 1 red and 1 green.
Nice.
Whoops. Maybe.
Okay. So not only is she closing in on this one, she's also kind of working towards this one. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on that. I need to convert these 2. So I'm going to take my standard 2 upgrade, and I'm going to drop a turmeric in there in exchange for a cardamom. So I am inching my way.
Knowing that I have that card that allows me to trade 1 of those cinnamons back in, so I'm going to play one to let me take 1 cinnamon. This doesn't seem like you're getting a lot because you're only getting 1 cube, but with that being the most expensive spice, you tend to have a lot of options that let you, this one here lets you turn it in for 4 of the cubes, so it's worth it. It's a good one to get your hands on.
Yeah, the free cinnamon one is really good. Like, that's dope, because it can give you a lot in exchange, a lot of options, and it doesn't clog up your player board.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ones down here that are like, yes, I get 4 yellow, I get 4 turmeric, but then I've got to have space for 4 turmeric before I convert them. Okay, so I'm still trying to get this going and get this going. Oh, I'm in a pickle. I really need more cubes right now, so I'm actually going to just play this card here where I'm going to get 2 saffron and just see what I can do with that. See how that's going to go.
And I'm back to only having room for 2 more, but since I'm just about to rest, I want to go ahead and load up on everything I can so I can start upgrading things in the next round. So I'm going to take these 2 yellow.
You have room for those?
I do. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Huh. You just look like you have some more cubes than me. Okay. I don't know why. I'm like, dang. Okay, I need something to happen here. I don't have any more upgrade cards in my hand. All I've got is 3 reds to turn in. I don't have 3 reds. 1 green. I can turn into 2 reds, but I really want these green. So, what to do? Okay, I'm going to look down here. Is there anything good down there? I don't want to get rid of my cubes. I want to get cubes. This one will give me 3 of the turmeric here, but again, it's getting rid of green, and I have really liked green this whole time. So I think I'm going to just do the smart move and not be greedy and just rest. Throw my cards down, take them back up, and wait for my next turn to start afresh.
So I currently have no cards in my hand, which basically means either I can buy here from the pool or I can rest to pick them back up. So I am going to rest, put my hand back, pick my hand back up, and then start my quest to beat Katie to all the green.
Dang it. Evil. Okay. So now I'm starting back again. The green, this is within my sights here. I can make it happen. Take another couple upgrades or so, because I've got all my cards back in my hand. This is also enticing. If I could wait it out till it got down here and I could get some extra points with it, that would be dope. But I don't know if I'm that patient, because Kim can almost complete this, and she has that free cinnamon card. Cinnamon? How do I say that? Cinnamon card that she could use at any point when she gets rid of some of this junk. Oh, okay.
Which is what she, it's a good
Trixie. I just gave her strategy. Okay, I'm
well, she already had that strategy.
Oh, sure you did. Okay. Talking big now. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna play my basic 2 upgrade. Okay. I'm revealing my hand here. I can take 2 of my saffron and then upgrade 2, 1. So that's 2 upgrades. 1 from here to here and another one from here to here. And take 2 cardamom. So on my next turn, that can be mine because Kim can't convert those and take this in her next turn. So I'm sitting pretty here.
Nope. So at this point, I have to decide, I can tell Katie has enough. I have a card that I can play that'll get me enough, but I didn't get to it in time. So, do I change up strategies? Because I am fairly close to this 19-pointer. I've already got a lot happening here. I need another red and just another cinnamon. So I can get myself both of those. And hopefully, and the nice thing is, who knows, it's probably not going to make its way down to where it would be worth a coin, but it's still 19 points. So first I'm going to go ahead and take 3 of my yellow, my turmeric, upgrade it here to these guys. Whoops. Because at this point, like Katie said, there's no point in me trying. She's going to get to this 15 point before I do.
All right, so I need 5 green. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cardamom. Drop those puppies off. I've got 1 sad little turmeric left, but this caravan is mine, so I've got 3. And one of these gold coins is also mine. That's an extra 3 points. So then we're going to move this down. The 9 becomes the next caravan to get you the extra 3 points worth of gold. Now this 10-pointer will give you 1 extra point for a silver. And these move closer to that monetary. And another one that needs green. And Kim can complete that one too for 13 points. Dang. All right. I think it gives you a good idea of how play goes on Century Spice Road.
And we would continue to play through until one of us, again, got that 6th card, remember, because we're playing a 2-player game. Otherwise, if we had other players in here, it would be 5. But this game works great as 2. Becomes a little more challenging when you add in 3, 4, 5 players, because you're all competing for various cards, trying to complete the caravans. Good times. So we'll see. We'll play it out and see who wins.
Okay, we're back. That was How to Play Century Spice Road.
One of our absolute favorite games.
Well, not my absolute favorite, but
it's one of my absolute favorites.
I do really like it.
Yeah. It's just fun. It's an easy game to bring to the table, like we kind of mentioned earlier on. It is a fantastic entryway game for other players. Maybe if somebody isn't into... I know Ticket to Ride is another great gateway game. This is a little bit different. It introduces different types of mechanics.
Yes. Just that laying of cards and using your cards to plan your actions is another great mechanic to learn to help, broaden your spectrum to a bunch of the games that are behind me.
Yep, it's easy to transition. So, Katie, what kind of... We talked about it just a little bit kind of on our top 25, but what are really your thoughts of Century Spice Road?
I like this game. The more I play it, the more I'm excited for kind of new ways to play it. And so I like bringing it to new people and seeing them discovering the game. I actually learned a couple new rules that I hadn't been playing with.
That always seems to sneak up on you.
Like, there's a limited number of coins and the number of cards that you need to get for your caravan in order to end the game for different players is kind of something I wasn't playing with. But I have played it at all different player levels. I played it at 2, I played it at 5, 4, and it scales really well. And I think that's
agree.
What's so great about it. I enjoy the competitiveness of 5, but I also like the variety of options you get with just like a smaller 2-player, 3-player
Absolutely.
game.
And for us, at least, my gaming shelf, I need some 2-player games in there. Like we aren't getting to a group when it's just my husband and I. Right. This is a great one to be able to have available to do that with.
Yeah. One of the things for me that I love about this is the components to the game. As you saw, we laid them out. And there are lots of other games where you can buy upgraded components. You can buy like nicer things to set stuff in, or you can buy, new shapes and stuff. This game, straight out the box, comes with the bowls that you see the different cubes in. It comes with metal coins, which I was really
surprised by both of those when we first saw this game. That's not some sort of upgrade or something they brought as a demo. No, these were boxed games they had out on the table, and those are the components that come with it.
Right. We played this when it came out at Origins last year. We just sat down and played it, had heard about it. My husband, Jason, had raved about it, and I was like, I looked at the box, and this whole idea of like a set, like a trilogy of games, and this was the first one. I'm like, I don't know. We sat down to play it. It looked great. Oh, yeah. They had the player mat there.
The player mat, like, we both, you think it's silly. I don't need a player mat. It just adds something to the game, which just seems weird. We didn't have it for the demo, but I would get it. It's worth it.
Yeah, I really ran up picking it up there. But I was really impressed by the ease of the gameplay, how it was engaging. And I thought, these are probably the tricked out components for this demo. And they weren't. They're right in the box. We bought it then and there.
It was great.
And so I think that's so great. The cards are nice. I like that big tarot-sized card to play.
Yeah, it's good in your hand. And I say kudos to Plan B because I've noticed it with their other games. Like they're putting good components in their games from the start.
And I think that's something that as a gamer I look for because there are plenty of things that I can buy upgraded components or there's some great places out there, Meeple Realty and Broken Token. They're making great things to add to the games that are already there, but to have it come with great components, especially because we sink a lot of money into this hobby.
Exactly.
And to already, I feel like getting my money.
You're getting more, worth. Yes. Or even getting more, you're getting more than what you thought you would. Metal coins at a game like this, like, it's hard to, you don't see that very often.
I mean, I would probably play chess if it had metal coins.
That's true. There's a nice feel to that in a game. It feels nice. Know.
I was Scrooge McDuck in another life. I just love that coin.
Another component that they do that I think they do incredibly well, and I will show it here for you guys, is instead of a booklet for instructions, they have these handy dandy sheets.
It looks so.
It's a nice cardboard, well printed sheet that step by step, walks you through everything that you need to do on the game. More board game producers need to do something like this. Even if it's in addition to the rule book. Right. This is fantastic to have out on the table if you have a quick question or just as you're getting familiar with it. It has how to take a turn on it. I think this is such a needed extra touch in a game that, I don't know, just sets it apart a little bit.
Right, especially if I'm bringing out to introduce new players.
This is great for that.
I can just check something real quick.
I don't have to flip through a book.
Right.
I love it.
Great about that game.
I love it.
So another thing that I think that's great about this that I didn't like at first, that I thought, I don't know, is the fact that it is a trilogy. So this year Origins, which the Board Game Mechanics will be there. That's what she said. We'll be there. Come see us. Come find us.
Please.
We'll have a good time. We'll be there the whole time at Origins.
It's our happy place.
It is. It's our stomping grounds. We love it. We'll be around. Look for us. So they are introducing the next game in the series there. And it's called Eastern Wonders. And my husband's talked to me a little bit about this. I'm sure that he'll bring it up on his podcast sometime between now and then.
So we don't see it.
So,
but I kind of like to be surprised. I don't know. Like, I didn't know anything about this game, and I sat down, and before we finished our playthrough, I'm like, this is a great game. I need this game.
I think the next one is more, it's a shipping kind of theme. I'm pretty sure. My husband's really excited about it because he's a big Euro gamer. I think it's a little bit heavier. So he's really into that. I'm into the fact that you can put Eastern Wonders together with Century Spice Road, and they're calling it From Sand to Sea, which I think is
that will be really
cool. I think that'll be really great.
I'm really stoked for
You can play it alone, or if you want to add it, or let's say you're introducing new gamers, you start with Century Spice Road, or you start with the Eastern Wonders, and then you merge it together. And I think that's going to be so great. I'm super excited about that. We will be there Thursday morning.
Because I do think, and I think we talked about this on the top 25. Century Spice Road, we didn't know a lot about Plan B games or this game at Origins when it was released. So it was still there by Friday afternoon. That I don't think that's going to be the case this year. I think this is one of those booths that you're going to want to stop at first thing. Because I don't think they're going to stick around. So, I'm going to have to change my game plan at Origins.
No, to pick up their hobbies.
I'm blown away by Plan B Games and the quality of product that is coming out of their shop. Again, like I said, they do Azul. That has amazing components in it.
It does, and it's very beautiful.
They have new ones. They have, like I mentioned before, they have a Gollum edition of this that you can get. So maybe if you're not into a spice theme, there's a Gollum edition that it plays the exact same way, but it's just different. It's a different theme. And I anticipate that they will likely do the same thing with the Gollum edition that they're doing with this other expansion. I haven't heard for sure.
They might. I was talking to someone this past weekend that said they thought they were just sticking with the one Gollum edition, but I feel like that was a really popular
beautiful artwork
thing. People really like the Gollum edition. I personally like this edition.
I love this one. Yeah, I think the artwork is amazing. Yeah. And it's a great way to get introduced into the hobby or to introduce new friends. It's not intimidating. Those bowls are adorable. The components are great.
Yes.
Like we did in kind of the playthrough, you don't have to remember the names of the spices.
No.
Or maybe you disagree with the names of the spices.
Kim's husband, Jim, is like, this is not saffron.
It's a debate every time the game comes to the table.
Every time.
So it's okay to call it. Nobody's going to fault you if you call them the red cube or the yellow cube. You're still accomplishing the same thing.
I make up new things for them.
Sometimes.
Like the green ones are wasabi.
Oh, I like that.
Instead of cardamom.
I like that.
I don't really have cardamom around a lot. But
it's
wasabi,
not one that you see. So please give this game a try. And then let us know what other games that you want to learn about that we can show you the rules and tools to.
Yeah, we are open to all kinds of games. We just want people to play good games. So if there's something we mentioned in our top 25, you're like, oh, that sounds interesting. Can I see more? Drop us a line in the comments. Come to on Facebook. Message the Board Game Mechanics and say, hey, can we have That's What She Said talk about, I don't know.
Not Sheriff of Nottingham. Don't do that one to me.
Bring Out Your Dead.
Bring Out Your Dead. That's another one we should totally do. It's such a fun game.
Harry Potter, Battle for Hogwarts.
Takanoko. I mean, you name it. Anything doesn't have to be on our list. We want to share our love of this hobby with you.
Right. If we can get our hands on it, we will do rules and tools and figure out how to show you how to play it. So, like this video, comment.
We'll give you the highest of fives.
Yeah. Give us a big high five and subscribe to the Board Game Mechanics video channel on YouTube.
Yep.
And we'll keep putting out more of these videos. So let us know what you like, what you think. And
we love that feedback. Thank you guys for all of your support. What an amazing community to be a part of, honestly. Like it's an amazing board game community out there.
And the Riveted, you're awesome. So when we're not putting out videos, listen to the Board Game Mechanics, their podcast. Yeah. They're going to start working on doing their big podcast one week and the off week doing kind of something a little bit smaller.
Fun. Cool.
So
we just want to bring you more good stuff. So subscribe, follow, give us a high five. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.